Hi, welcome to FedScoop TV. I'm Billy Mitchell, and today I'm here with Walton Smith, the VP of Cyber Futures at Booz Allen Hamilton. Walton, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me today. Great event so far.
Good, good. And it's great to have you here today. We're at the Dell Technologies Digital Transformation Summit. And today, in our side video interview, we wanted to talk about that concept of digital transformation and kind of digest down exactly what it means. It's a very vague and broad and the term, and there's a big breadth of exactly what falls under that umbrella. So let's just jump into it, starting off with what is digital transformation? What does it mean to you in 2017?
Sure. Digital transformation is core to who we are as a firm. Booz Allen's, we're over 104 years old, and our main focus is helping the federal government meet their mission needs. And so in order to do that, we have to take advantage of the new technology, but we have to do that in a secure, safe way to make sure that the right people get the right information at the right time. And so we've worked with our technology partners out there, and great to Dell have us today, Intel, Microsoft, to build secure solutions that empower our workforce to do the things they need to do.
Sure. A lot of times when we hear about digital transformation, it's things like cloud, it's things like IoT, these big technologies, and people often elevate them as the silver bullet, that it's going to solve all their problems. And we know that's not true. But they need to start somewhere. So if you were going to point an agency in the right direction of ways they can revolutionize the way they do business as an agency in the government, what might you point them to?
Sure. Well, I'm 100% biased in this. I would point them to our product we call District. District Defend. It's a mobile tablet that we've built in conjunction, as I mentioned earlier, with Microsoft, Intel, and Dell. It's contextual aware and controls what it can and can't do depending on where it is. So, and it gives the agency the ability to protect our nation's most valuable secrets, but also providing our workforce with new cutting-edge technology to get their job done.
Sure. There's obviously some policy and legislation that plays into this. These are government agencies. We see a lot of this kind of bubbling up right now. There's the IT modernization memo that came through the White House recently. There's also the MGT Act currently going through Congress. So from your perspective, how are these tools, I guess, if you will, really giving agencies the resources they need to make modernization happen?
I think it's core. It's great that the White House and Congress is looking at this because it's really important. In the past, there's things that we've wanted to do that the government just hadn't caught up with. And so we have our commercial customers who've been doing stuff for a while. But I think with some of the changes, private industry is looking to the government. How do we protect our nation's most valuable secrets? Because you're seeing C-level folks are getting fired in the commercial space because they're losing data. And so it's become a national security priority to protect both our government information as well as our financial services, healthcare, things along those lines.
And then looking at it from a services perspective, a lot of this is rooted in this division between what we see as users in the consumer and commercial community, these great services and apps and things like that we're used to, and then within the government, it's not always up to par with that, especially when it comes to constituents being served by their government. So how important is it to kind of bridge that gap, and if there's any tips on how you think that can be done?
I think it's huge, because if you look at technology for the government in the past couple of years, I like to joke, it's yesterday's technology tomorrow, hopefully. And so you could always tell who the government person was because they had an old, heavy laptop that had a good 30 minutes worth of battery life. But you look at stuff like commercial solutions for classified. The government is really laying down, here are the things that we need you as a commercial entity to do to be able to be certified, to be able to work on our environments, some of the most classified environments. And so we move away from having custom-built devices that cost 3 times as much and have half the functionality to being able to buy off Dell.com a device that meets the specs for some of the 3 other agencies that are out there. And I think that is a huge shift that will enable our workforce to have better tools, but also be more cost effective so they can spend the money on really solving the mission needs.
Sure. All great points. That's all I have for you, Walton. So it's been my pleasure chatting with you, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for the time.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
I'm Billy Mitchell with FedScoop TV. Thanks for watching.